This is the life
Show
over
him
here,
off.
man. I love Ray. Hey, I saw you weren't here yesterday. I was like, oh, this guy's up north for the weekend, but no, day off.
Stuff to do.
Well deserved, my man. Well deserved.
Okay, back to
All right, it's
trading.
9:22. We still got. I have nothing to speak on Unity. Did you already? Oh yeah, you did that Unity.
I did the Unity.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
It's an inside day for Unity. We talked about this with Danielle Shea. It's like, what are you supposed to do when a stock that you want to squeeze is exactly where it was in the middle of the range yesterday? I think it's not the worst idea to try to sit it out. And if it tries to break out and it gets past like 24.5, maybe look for some longs at that point. If it tries to break down and make some fresh moves, fair enough. But you couldn't ask for, I mean, like this is about as little as it could have done on Unity, unfortunately. Not when you've got Novavax and SOUN and, I mean, all of the chip names. There's just way too much to look at.
Randy is like John Cena with the jorts.
A little bit, yeah.
Very similar. They look very similar.
Yeah.
All right.
Different quad size maybe, but
yeah, something like that.
a little different.
That's actually really funny. The resemblance.
QBTS.
Let's talk about some crypto. I was just reading through the Canadian jobs that you and I were talking about. 90,000 jobs on this side of the border last month versus expectation of 20,000 expected. So much higher for the Canadian employment market after a decline the prior month. There's IBIT right now, some of the ETFs trying to gap to the upside. We are coming off a little bit right now, but I mean, we're still stuck in the range overall, trying to take back some support levels here. The individual equity is looking a little bit stronger, however.
Yeah, just dipped below 63,000 on Bitcoin, Brenda. We'll keep eyes on Bitcoin the entire day, see if it's able to close above that level. But yeah, yesterday, CleanSpark and Marathon Digital both reported. Both are mining names. Both are reporting earnings for the first time after the halving event. So a lot of investors were looking to see how these guys are going to make money because now their source of revenue, Bitcoin, has been cut in half. So CleanSpark did very well, beating on both the top and bottom lines. And they also announced plans to acquire another Bitcoin mining facility out in Wyoming. Marathon Digital missed on the top line, but beat on the bottom line. They were able to shore up costs, Brendo, beating on earnings per share.
Yeah, we are coming off a little bit as far as the individual coins are concerned as well. Just going to check out Ethereum. Yeah, same story. Red at this point back below 3,100.
Red.
Yeah, not gigantic moves. I mean, I'd look more at CleanSpark than Mara today, which is not the normal for me because it's generally been Mara. But at least this one, you got the upward trend holding the 50 period. So like if it can get past the 18 level, then you got some breakout potential, like with the 25, 25 break to an 18 stop. Or even if you were to dip back in, you still got an upward trend on that one. It's just hard. I mean, with Novavax out there, we've already talked about SOUN. If you're looking at Mara and that's your cup of tea, just remember the reason it's not strong, that EPS beat was adjusted and the actual EBITDA was not that great. It was actually a miss and a loss on EBITDA, which is probably why you had that initial move higher and then when everyone kind of realized, then it headed much lower. And it's still inside of the range, kind of like Unity, just in the middle of a range without a clear direction. At least with CleanSpark, at least with that one, you're going to get an upward trend. Thus, if you're buying it into just a little bit more strength. Paula just asked, what did I say was my top level for AMD? It was not 157 something. Well, it probably is technically if you look at the chart, but it's like 157. I've drawn 157 and a half just for my own reference, just to know that if it gets to that level, when it's strong, it probably has to break it a little bit before you consider that resistance gone.
SMCI.
Yeah, it looks like the dip buy might not be coming in on AMD. That's already going higher.
Yeah, I mean, someone's even just mentioned there in the chat that when we were talking about NVIDIA down here at 898, and we were like, we like that 902 while it's there right now. Here, let me show you the problem with crypto. Here it is right now. What's up, Oscar Plays? There you are right there. Shout out to Oscar Plays right here. All right, I'll show you the problem with this. Look what Erlina says here. Do any of you fellas use Bitcoin? For what? I mean, that's the thing. It's you either own it and you trade it potentially, but right now, if you're looking to use Bitcoin, I mean, there isn't that many use cases for it as far as retail or anything like that. And I don't know if there ever is going to be, and that's not the point. The point about Bitcoin, I feel like, is trying to become its own source of wealth generation, as far as people not trusting, current monetary systems around the world, a devaluation of currency. So if you're in that state of mind, very similar to how gold bugs often think, but they flock to gold, people can also flock to Bitcoin with crypto.
Stringer
Oh yeah,
Bell
that's
would
right. You
use
could
it.
buy drugs. My bad, hamster one. Yeah.
Nino Brown would use it.
Yeah. I didn't say what do I use it for. I said what do most people use it for. So that is true. But
Marlo and Avon would
and that's it right there. I mean, everybody in the chat, you're 100% right. They're going to have to find use cases for it. You could transfer huge amounts of money with XRP, which is Ripple.
CRH.
Lots of different opportunities to get it, circumvent bank fees and all that kind of stuff. And that's why I believe in the blockchain. But we talked about quantum computing before. So, all right, let's go. It's Sharif at the desk to talk about Midday.
The last day of IPOs, SPACs, and direct listing trades. Guys, today we're going to be talking about shorting the hype. So catch that with Adair and I on How to Trade at 11.
Shorting the hype. Well, if you're buying the hype, make sure you like and subscribe to the show. I mean, we're off to the races right now. We also do have a brand new podcast that we're doing, Freedom and Wealth. Go find that right now immediately. You may be disappointed because there are no episodes, but you got to hit the like and the subscribe immediately to get notified when we do drop it. We may be dropping one very soon. I'm going to hit refresh here and see. There it is, 237. All right. Sure. Let's get going on that one, and we'll get some more subscribers. We have our old podcast. We're dumping that, starting a new one, brand new page.
CPOP.
Thank you for all the feedback.
GEN.
And remember, we said 9:02 break on NVIDIA gives you the juice that you need to succeed. And right there, if you do have that trade, welcome to $2-ville and possibly an early exit for your trading today. So there it goes. It's 9:28. We did have the imbalances come out, of course.
RXRX.
So we're going to watch crypto down here at 63.
BNBL.
NVIDIA, ciao. And AMD, see you later as well, I guess.
SLI.
As these chip names continue to go.
Yeah, they definitely continue to go. I didn't see anything big on the imbalances, really. It was a couple of penny stocks in there. Yeah, still absolutely nothing. Novavax is a small sell for those watching at 250,000. Palantir is a small buy, as is Roblox. A couple of 100,000 shares for each of those two, Palantir and Roblox. Novavax, remember, they got a Sanofi deal, which was almost the size of their entire market cap they're going to get in cash, 500 million, 600 market cap, and possibly more, so they're not going bankrupt anymore, is Novavax. Just be careful. It's going to have a wide range. $6 could be a big support level for them. But the chip names are going to be front of the mind. SOUN for myself is
Market
small
is
caps
open.
at the open. Just want to see it hold on to the $5.30 level off the open on SOUN, and that'll follow NVIDIA sometimes, so you want to watch out for that. But let's drop that countdown. It's Friday. It's going to be an exciting one. You got some Bitcoin miners. You have a heck of a lot in chip space. Adara, let's ring it in 2, 1.
IND.
Yeah, good luck to everybody.
LIDR.
Today, as this market is now open, and we
PGNY.
immediately start to look at AMD and what's happening with them. And so NVIDIA does pull back into 900.
SOUN.
I mean, this is what it is, right? You got to be patient with your trade
AEMD.
as the market trying to figure itself out right now at VWAP. Remember, we said the market's
SLI.
going to open at VWAP, so I mean,
MVIS.
there it is right there. It opens it directly at VWAP and now heading southbound. So trying to justify some of our short ideas right now. Tesla, there it goes,
ACHR.
man. We were looking short for Tesla,
CTLP.
but obviously not in the
BAST.
first couple of seconds.
RNAZ.
We will still look for that.
BFRI.
Google was the other
wait,
name.
JUNA.
Soundhound already broke.
Soundhound's going. Okay, so
COMM.
Google was another name they were trying to look
HUMA.
short on. But remember, not
OUST.
overly convinced. I'm not
BE.
super worried
SG.
about that story, but I wouldn't
GME.
mind seeing a
CDNA.
bump up to 169 before we get short
GRPN.
on Google.
SG.
Yeah, so SOUN already made the
GRPN.
break. I was looking for a dip and a
PGNY.
rip on that, and it's
PACB.
bye-bye for that
AEMD.
stock, so not much you can do. Just have to try to be
IBRX.
patient. I forgot to mention
WBD.
Palantir 21. I think it's going to be a
AIXA.
thing again.
ARM.
It just dropped into 21.20, so remember, the last couple times it got down, they really
NKTR.
tested the level. The long hasn't been at 21.15 or
INDI,
21.20.
EVLV,
It's been at
YTOS,
21,
EVLV will
and
be
then
at 9
holding
hours,
it a
35
couple
minutes,
cents,
and 44
underneath
seconds.
that. So yeah, got to be patient with AMD here. Novavax, no crazy halts or anything off the open. It's actually heading down a little bit here. $6
NVTS.
is about the key level on the daily chart for them. Google's not really popping that much.
Apple's trying to.
Kind of like the 69 as well as the 70. I'm going to cancel the
IBRX.
70. There's no need for that to be out there. I'm
MRVL.
looking to short a pop in this name, but I'll
RXT.
have to play it by ear at that
AEMD.
69 level for a bit of a
BE.
lower high.
GH.
Yeah, I mean,
Executed.
RWAY.
now the market, see what
MGNX.
just happened there? I mean, the market
CDNA.
down, I guess, 15 points, up 15 points now.
You know,
off those
Stevie
levels.
here
So
nearly
this could maybe
bailed on
be
you two again.
Executed.
Stressing out
AMD,
about his
AMD's kind of
spending.
just hovering around a little bit
But
right
then,
now. I
he
mean,
discovered
nothing's really hitting.
TSB's Spend and Save current account, earning him £5 a month for the first 6 months.
All right, yeah, AMD. So again, AMD back to
NVTS.
VWAP. I guess you could have got
SLI.
something back there at
CLNA.
154.50. That's definitely a
FIGS.
possibility. We get involved in some of these
LIDR.
things a little bit too early sometimes, as you
NVAX.
guys know. See yesterday,
MRVL.
Apple down here to
PGNY.
184. We were looking for 184s.
SMCI.
So that could be
INSG
something.
halted.
We did talk about that as a
INSG will
level
resume
that
at
we
9
wanted.
hours,
It is on the
37
sticky
minutes
note there,
and 10 seconds.
184 long. I will put
INSG.
on a position here
VSEO.
into 184.50 and just to see if we can start an early bid here for Apple and try not to make a huge
AOI.
mistake. But we'll see if you get a little bit of a move down there.
NVTS.
And then just a quick check on
SHCR.
NVIDIA as we look to get long. There's
SG.
NVIDIA again, the 902 break
AVPT.
again goes all the way, this time to 906. And that was a
LIDR.
level that we had talked about, 905. So here we go.
NVTS.
We are now in, I believe, to Apple.
SAVE.
So there it goes. NVIDIA, Apple is the one we're in. We're in it right now at 70. Just trying to build it against 184. So let's
SGBX.
see, market going down,
GH.
Apple coming in. So not a great
SKYT.
relationship right now.
AVPT.
Yeah, what is that guy on
RBLX.
SOUN? SOUN pulled
AOI.
right back into like 550 and, oh yeah, 400,000 on
NVTS.
the offer at 69 on SOUN. That's probably going to chew it up a little bit. That's going to chew that up a little bit. I'm going to get out of that. There's no need to be out in front of this guy. If it's going to break this dude that's sitting there for 40,000 shares, like let it break that guy and then work into something
SGBX.
else. It's not huge size because it's
GRPN.
9 million shares, but if you're looking to catch that on the way back in, it's just like why be on the bid if you're that
SKIN.
big of a seller? And yeah, clearly it's moving it to the downside. Sometimes the level 2 matters, sometimes it doesn't. I think that was a clear case where it mattered on SOUN. Yeah, there goes Google. I said maybe 169. It goes to 168.5 and starts going to the downside.
ITOS.
So, you know what? I feel like I wasn't patient enough yesterday. So I kind of don't mind being
OUST.
patient, but still nothing on in and out of SOUN for a couple of
OUST.
pennies. I think we dodged a bit of a
GRPN.
bullet there. AMD's only ripping. There's no dip to be had on that. Even
ORG.
Intel. Like, I said Intel maybe off the $30 level I could go long. It's not even doing anything. Adara?
We're in this nice little
SKYT.
pop-up here in ARM. This one sold off on earnings yesterday. Right now, nice volume spike right off the open,
CDNA.
up 5% for ARM, guys.
ITOS.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that. All right, so we're going to take a 906
WBUY.
break on NVIDIA long.
DNOW.
We are nicely in the money right now. Let's spin it. We'll go 1 for 1 early right now with Apple. I mean, we just talked about, didn't we just say 184.50? I mean, the bottom, it just went to 184.50, and we
EVLB may
got
resume in less than a minute. AAOI.
reloaded. So here it is now. Nice little 20-cent winner right here for Apple. Now going to the upside, and there we go. We are now into NVIDIA. I wanted to give this one $3. I mean, I don't know if that's going to be enough or not, but we don't want to, let our day go bye-bye here real quick. So
DNOW.
902.99 or so.
INDI.
If we break that, let's get out of at least 75% of this NVIDIA trade. We are now long at 906 exactly, actually, right now. So I guess it broke, and then I don't know what happened, but we got a good price of 906 for NVIDIA. We're just going to
SGBX.
try. If the market
CGC.
okay, here it goes. Well, try for not too long. But if the market goes, I thought we liked this one, and here it goes back down into the downside. Little bit of a hit
VCSA.
here.
Come on, CLS.
We'll probably
SMR.
lose a little bit more than we're going to be making on Apple here. And there it goes. So we did dump out of. So, okay, 0 for 1 there on NVIDIA on a break.
AVPT.
So look at the market coming back
AOI.
in there for NVDA. Let's just hold on to a piece of that to wait for it. Apple working out again. Again, the name that we have on this stick, we got to follow our rules. NVIDIA downside, but I
SGBX.
don't think that trade's over and done with
COLL.
quite yet.
OUST.
So,
Oh, Google's just hit the low and broke.
see?
See, you got to be kidding me. Google, Google, you could have had anywhere.
SOUN.
It just broke the lows.
SMR.
Tesla just
Tesla
CGC.
was, I mean, the two short ideas we
SMR.
have, right?
gotta
You've got to
be
get
kidding
in
me.
them earlier.
So
INSG
look,
may resume in less than a
when you
minute.
don't get the short off of resistance, a lot of times if it's going to continue, you look to short the pops. VWAP will sit at 172. That's pre-market support on Tesla as well. As far as
NVAX.
Alphabet goes, I
Raw
do like
halted.
the short in here.
LAW
If it
will
does make a
resume
move
at
to
9
VWAP,
hours,
that's now
41 USD
168 that we
seconds.
got to look
GME.
for. I was just on CLSK because that's holding up. That miner's holding up. It broke out. I was looking for a dip buy into 17s. Obviously, that's not going to happen.
Apple's not doing anything.
Kind of that breakout price of 17.5 on a bit of a
APDN.
bounce can come into play.
CDN.
SOUN is now
Okay.
recovering. So, look, there was that big seller. They're
It's starting
through
to go
that
now.
big seller now.
I like
D-
So I like
DFLI.
it a little bit better. But even though it's a higher price, I like it better. There was that seller that was kind of in the way
NVAX.
that I wanted to get out of the way. So I'm
SLI.
just going to punch in. Oh, didn't even get filled. Trying to get some 70s in here. And that was a dark pool wick that went down there. It's still sitting at 71. Gimme, gimme, gimme. As we're going to Adara.
ADMA Biologics here popping up about 17%. Reposted earnings yesterday, also forecast
GEN.
for full year
CLNE.
2025 revenue higher than
GME.
expected.